up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and I am here with a beautiful Burmese python that I produced 2 years ago. This is a pearl or a hypo albino green granite. Beautiful red eyes, beautiful patternless yellow body here. Just a gorgeous Burmese python. And unfortunately, I had reported some good news the other day that the state law that had been suggested where they were going to be banning green iguanas, tegus, and the conditional species of which Burm's reticulated pythons, scrub pythons were a part of, had been overturned as unconstitutional. We made U.S. ARC Florida had a great victory in that sense. And now I'm hearing and seeing that Florida Fish and Wildlife, who is the agency that is able to make these laws about the restrictions of these species, is now trying to move forward with the exact same proposed legislation that the Florida state went forward with, which is bad news, obviously, because they want to ban these things again. U.S. ARC Florida is obviously fighting the good fight. I'll have more information probably next week on what's going on, and probably another lawsuit or another at least meeting. For now, though, you can go to you can go to U.S. ARC Florida Facebook page, and there's a link to take a survey on Florida Fish and Wildlife's page, and you can voice your disapproval with these new legislative acts that they're proposing. It's important that you go there and fill the survey out, because the more people that do that and voice their opinion and give their reasons why they don't feel that the Florida Fish and Wildlife should make these laws, the better the chance are that it doesn't happen. So guys, don't just sit back and do nothing. Also, Florida Fish and U.S. ARC Florida, needs money to fight this lawsuit. So go on their Facebook page. You can click and donate money if you want. You can buy t-shirts, whatever you can do to help support the cause. All of us reptile fans out there, all of us breeders and hobbyists, you start losing species here and there, and before you know it, they're going to ban everything. So you have to take a stance now, and we need to support U.S. ARC because they're fighting the good fight, guys. We want to be able to keep our beautiful Burmese pythons and reticulated pythons and tegus and iguanas. It's I don't know, what the purpose is of banning these things rather than keeping them in the hands of responsible breeders that are licensed here in Florida. All right, that's my diatribe for today, but we're going to go into the snake room, look at some cool stuff. We just fed the other day, so we're not going to disturb too many things, but hopefully we can take a look at some cool new babies from 2020 and give you guys a little weekend or pre-weekend preview. Stay tuned. All right, here is a beautiful snake that I picked up from Mike Weitzman at Basically Boas. This past year, he is she is an IMG Motley Roswell Laddertail. Okay, the laddertail, you can't see it because it's all black already. Het albino and het blood. So this is a Het Red Dragon. So this is a pretty powerful female. Obviously, it's going to take a number of years before we grow her up. She's a 19. She got a couple more years before she's in the breeding program. But man, is this a gorgeous, high-powered female. Mike offered her up, and luckily I was able to pick her up from him. And he's got really great stuff. He's, he's been doing this a long time. He's a guy who I've gotten a lot of information from over the years. He's also in the bodybuilding industry for many years, so we have that kind of commonality. But he's very, very knowledgeable, and he produces some really high-quality boas. And this female is, I'm so excited to keep her into the rotation, or get her into the rotation at some point in the future. She's going to make some really nice babies. But when I got her, I mean, she was already black, jet black. I mean, look at that iridescence. You can see that iridescence in her already. The Motley IMGs get really, really dark pretty quickly too. And that's, if you're looking for a black snake, this is it. What this will look like if we can get a visual Red Dragon version of this, I have no idea, but it should look really cool. Here's another little pickup I got this year. This is a 2020 female. She's gonna really take a long time to get to the point where I want to breed her, or I'm gonna be able to breed her, but the potential is there. This is an IMG Sharp Sunglow, so that's an hypo albino with the IMG gene. Obviously, IMG and albino is gonna have no black in it, but you can tell all the red, all the saddles, everything's just 100 times more pronounced. and that's because of that IMG gene. You can see the white outlining here on the tail. That's the hypo gene you can see being displayed. So this is our Sunglow IMG. And of course, that's the sharp strain albino. Another great future potential and great pickup I got this year. All right, here's a stunner. Paradigm Blood from 2019 that I produced. The only one left. I'm debating keeping him. I think I might keep him, but he's still up for grabs on Morph Market. He's put some nice size on now. He'll probably be ready to breed next season. And he's the double visual. So you have the blood gene, and then you have Paradigm. Paradigm is a 100% het sharp, 100% het boa and caramel. You put one gene of each on the same allele. We've said this before. You produce this in-between paradigm-looking thing. So instead of a fire opal or albino blood here, we have this Paradigm blood that has just a little bit more, creaminess in it than, say, an albino would. I kind of like them better, to be honest with you. I mean, albino bloods are awesome, but the Paradigm bloods have like a little more contrast and stuff like that. He's really fired up. I don't know what his problem is, but he didn't want to be disturbed, I guess. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm debating keeping him, but I might be able to be swayed to sell him. He's at that point now where he's ready to go, so to speak. And once you get to that stage, it's like you don't even want to let him go anymore. But I might. Here's a beautiful female that I picked up in a trade last year with Warren Booth, my good friend. One of the most knowledgeable guys in the business. This is a double het Costa Rican T positive leopard. So he's het for leopard and he's het for, or this is a she, I should say. She's het for leopard and she's het for Costa Rican T positive. Warren has really, done a lot with that Costa Rican T positive boa, and I've seen the double visual already being produced by him and by one other person, and it's gorgeous. The Costa Rican T positive leopard is really nice. So we did a little bit of a trade for some of my Onyx boas, and I got this female and I got this female as well. They've been putting on some nice size. I don't know if they'll be able to breed probably in 2 more years, but you got to grow these guys nice and slow. And I have a male too. So this is future breeding prospects here. Very dark, once again, because that the het leopard is definitely visual in the het form, and that's what we're seeing kind of peeking through here, all this darkness. This is not an IMG boa, although I wish it was. That's the het leopard popping through. But once again, some more wonderfulness, and these are things that are future projects. You got to have those future projects. You keep them, like I always said, put them in the drawer, feed them, give them fresh water, and let them grow. Here's a cool 2019 carpet python I produced. This is an albino that's 66% het axanthic, or as we say, 66% het snow. This was a real trouble feeder for me when I first got her, or when I first produced her, I should say. She did not want, I had to assist feed her for 6-8 months. I never thought she'd make it. And then she just started eating, man, and she started really pounding the food. She's doing great now. She's hiding out a little bit here. She just ate. I don't want to piss her off too much, but gorgeous, gorgeous female. All right, talking about albino bloods, this fire opal or hypo albino or blood or Sunglow blood male is a 2019. He'll be being put into the breeding rotation this year. Hopefully he'll be able to pull off the job. He is just spectacular. You can see he's got great color, and we're in terrible lighting right now. I was gonna bring him outside, but it's all right. It's raining out. Really nice looking male, and I'm hoping that we're gonna get some beautiful babies from this guy. He's nice size. He's not too big. But he's got enough size to handle some of those bigger females. And once again, this is like the pinnacle of pinnacles. I really, there's not that much that can be done to really make this better, but there's always some new ideas that are out there. So he'll be getting his workload this year. Hopefully he'll be doing the job, getting the job done. All right, I had to bring this boy outside to get the full perspective of what he is. This is a super Onyx boa. That's my dwarf boa locality I got from Freek Nut in the Netherlands. It's very similar to leopard, but different. This is the super form, and it's also blood. So this is almost like a double homozygous animal. It is a double homozygous animal. The super onyx with the blood gene. You can see that nice iridescence. That super onyx is dark. Blood will add that red to it. And just really spectacular. Very slow growers, these onyx boas. They don't eat a lot. They grow slow. This is an 18. He's going to breed for me hopefully this year. I'm going to try him for the first time. Really, really nice looking snake, and a lot of reds. When he was a baby, he had some crazy. I thought he was a hypo super. Actually, I thought he was a hypo blood originally. He was so light, but no pattern because of that onyx. You can see the reds just percolating through here. If we can get the hypo gene into this, I think we're going to be all set. Now, if you can compare this super onyx blood to the leopard blood almost, they look similar. Leopard blood also very dark, and then you combine it with the blood gene, you get the reds coming out in there. Once again, if you add hypo to that also, you'll see insane reds, because this darkness that the onyx gene has, underneath it there's a layer of red. So when you remove or strip away some of this, even if you put T positive into this, you get a very, very red snake. So I have some plans for this male. This male is also 66% Het Honduran T positive and 66% Het Anery 2. So there is a lot of potential here, and he's going to probably be bred back, either to his mother or maybe one of his sisters, or I actually even have another idea for him as well. But I'm going to keep that a secret right now. And I love the onyx gene. The great thing about the super onyx is everything you breed it to is going to come out at least with one copy of that onyx gene. So very cool snake here, and I wanted to give you guys an update. And not to be called a liar, since I did promise I'd be showing 2020s in my little intro, I got sidetracked with all the cool stuff I was showing you. Here's a 2020 Sunglow. That's a hypo albino, hypo sharp albino, Het blood. So this is not the visual blood, but it is an exquisite looking baby. And you know what? This baby was I didn't think was going to make it when it was first born. So weak, so little, so tiny. I assist fed it a couple times, and now it's eating like a champ. You know, still eating small prey. Boas, when they're babies, especially the high-end morphs, seem to be very fragile as babies. Once you get them through that little fragile stage, then they become like bulletproof, and they'll eat anything, and they're pretty good. But really, really nice looking coloration. Got that striping. That striping is being caused more than likely by the combination of the hypo gene in here and the blood gene. It's Het, I should say, the Het blood gene. There's only one copy, but in the one copy you do get an aberrancy of saddles. A lot of times you get a striping or connecting of saddles, so that's what we're seeing here. Once again, that hypo gene interacting with the single copy of the blood gene we have, and then of course all the melanin being gone from the albino aspect of it. Look at those beautiful eyes. Really nice looking female. I might sell her, I might keep her, I haven't decided yet. And we'll finish up today with another gorgeous snake that I've shown you before, but she's growing so nicely. This is a Albino Zebra carpet python, 2020. Also was a little bit of a trouble eater. They're very tiny, these snakes, when they're born. And now she's eating on her own. She's putting down fuzzy mice, little hoppers now. When they get to that stage, they'll start growing and putting some size on. Initially, when you're only feeding them pinkies, it's like you're giving them a chocolate bar every day once a week, just to keep them from running out of energy. But once you can start getting them some real rodents into them that have bones and stuff like that, they start growing much better. She's doing really nice. Love her color. Once again, these carpet pythons go through an ontogenetic color change at a year old, so they're going to change color and their true colors will come in. She's still very dull looking. She's getting lighter though as she's getting older, and I think that we'll probably start seeing her adult colors in the next couple months. Really nice face and eyes. The zebra gene with the albino is a real nice combination, and I had mentioned in previous that her parents both are no longer with us, so she's carrying on the genes here. She's carrying on the zebra genes. Luckily, I have another zebra. We can hopefully, the goal was to produce albino zebras, and I never did it. It was obviously the clutch was Not a successful first clutch for the female. We did get the one baby that hatched. The other ones, the other eggs kind of went bad, and then I don't know what happened to the female. She got sick and died, and sometimes that just happens, but that's the way it goes with snake breeding. You gotta take the good with the bad. The good thing was we got this gorgeous little baby out of it. And we'll wrap it up with this final female of the day. This is a beautiful Hypopie that I produced last year. And she's putting on some nice size now. I've mentioned this before. I mean, Hypopies are just gorgeous. They're really nothing you need to do to them to make them any better. She's pretty balanced for pied. You know, she's got pretty much equal pattern, equal white. I like the distribution of it, and that's why I kept her. I like the head, you know, pattern. I like how light this has gotten, because sometimes in the Hypopies they're not quite as this bright, but a lot of brightness here and a lot of interesting pattern and contrast, and that's what I love about the Hypopie. I don't think I could have enough Hypopies, really. They're just such beautiful, beautiful animals, and they're really affordable now. So if you're looking for a cool pet, the old go-to would be, I gotta get a pie. It's a great pet, but you know what? Hypopie is way better than just a regular pie. It's so much nicer. So just thought I'd show her off. I have another Hypopie that I'm also growing up that's a year older than her too. And it's interesting because they're not that much difference in size, because what happens is the other one went through her little hunger strike for a while. Now she's eating again. So that's the way it goes. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the little peek into my 2020 breeding season. And, you know, you can see that we made some nice stuff, some cool stuff. We also have a lot of stuff available that I haven't put up yet on Morph Market. I will, over the next couple of weeks, start adding stuff. If you see anything in these videos that you like, however, you can always hit me up and contact me directly, which is what most people do. I sell a lot of the stuff just direct without even listing a single thing. So don't feel shy. Reach out to me. My contacts are all over the place. You can call me, you can email me, you can Facebook or Instagram me, and I will get back to you. All right, guys, hopefully you guys are going to have a great weekend. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit the like button. We'll see you back Monday morning.